Item 2.1, call to order. I will call the California Military Institute regular board meeting to order at 5:07 p.m. Item 3.1, teleconference by a board member. At least a portion of this board meeting is to be conducted pursuant to California Government Code Section 54953. In that, board member Anthony T. Stafford Sr. will be participating by speakerphone from 690 Bloomfield Avenue, Montclair, New Jersey, 07042. Prior to the roll call, I would like to make it clear for the record of this meeting, and it should be reflected in the minutes, that at least a portion of this board meeting is to be conducted pursuant to California Government Code Section 54953. And that board member Anthony T. Stafford Sr. is out of the district. Board member Anthony Stafford is at 690 Bloomfield Avenue, Montclair, New Jersey, 07042. Trustee Stafford is participating by speakerphone in accordance with the Ralph M. Brown Act. The teleconference location has been identified in the notice and agenda for this meeting. I will now conduct a roll call, after which I will confirm certain matters for the record. Trustee Nelson.
Here.
Trustee Vallejo.
Here.
Trustee Stafford.
Here.
Trustee Campos.
Here.
And myself, Mr. Garcia, here. I would now like to request the board meeting member Stafford respond to the following questions. Board member Stafford, can you hear me well?
Yes.
Were you able to hear our proceedings on this end up until now?
Yes.
Do you have a copy of the agenda for this meeting?
Yes.
Have you posted the agenda at the location where you are at?
Yes.
Is your location reasonably accessible to the public such that any member of the public could participate in this teleconference from your location if he or she wished to do so?
Yes.
Is there any member of the public there with you who would like to participate in this public comment portion of this meeting or otherwise address any agenda item for this meeting?
No.
I would now like to ask that any member of the board speak up at this time if such board member has not been able to clearly hear Board Member Stafford. Hearing no comment for the record should reflect that all board members present have indicated that they were able to hear Board Member Stafford clearly. I would next request that any board member, including Board Member Stafford, speak up at this time if such a board member has any reason to believe, based on voice recognition or otherwise, that the person representing himself to be Board Member Stafford is not truly so. Hearing no comment, the record should reflect that no board member has expressed doubt that Board Member Stafford is the party participating by teleconference with board members present here. Moving on, item 4.1, invitation to address Board of Trustees on closed session items only. Are there any public comments on closed session items?
No public comments, and we won't need closed session this evening.
Thank you. Item 5.1, adjourn to closed session. None this time. Oops. Okay. Do we still take a vote? We don't take the vote now. 6.9. Okay. Oh, sorry. Item 7.1, revision, adoption, ordering of agenda, June 12, 2024. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second? Please vote. Or any discussion? No? Please vote. Item 7.1 passes 5-0. Item 8.1, report out of closed session.
No report.
Thank you. Item 8.2, CSEA President Rosa Galvan.
I don't see Rosa here this evening.
Thank you. Item 8.3, CMITA President Angel Love Behrens.
Good evening, Cabinet Member Stafford. Good evening, Member Nelson and Ms. Vallejo. Mr. Campos, good evening. And President Mr. Garcia, thank you for your time this evening. Mr. Grant Bennett and our cabinet. As always, I appreciate this time to address all of you with an update about our unit members. This summer, like all others, brings the CMITA members time to pause, reflect, and breathe before starting this grand adventure all over again for the 24-25 school year. The certificated staff was able to stand proud alongside parents and excited seniors at another graduation. Remember, I saw the original graduation in 2009 with 19 students present. Next, I have heard we expect the largest CMI senior class yet with, I believe, 138 students, correct? To prepare for them, we have a few different groups of teachers working on campus this week, unpacking standards and completing vertical alignment, sharing strategies and planning for another year with returning students as well as many new faces. This year's journey has taken us on one step forward, 2 steps back, around curves in valleys, but we have not yet fallen off cliffs, thankfully. At times we felt that the ground was gained and clarity achieved. Other times we were back to the beginning, traveling in a circle with no end and no advancement. In an effort to leave this year on a positive note, Dr. Milos and I met last week for more than an hour. This gave us both time to voice difficulties, hurdles, concerns, so that we can move forward, much of which has been voiced and discussed between us, ourselves, in resolution meetings, even during our negotiations with fuzzy paths and solutions with moving forward. Feeling as though we're standing still more often than we are moving forward, though communications are continuing. All I can comment on is that I am always seeking a way forward and will not give up until true resolutions have been found and are in place. A few of our next steps that the Board of Trustees can help us with: developing a teacher's handbook specific to the certificated staff at CMI is a good one. Yes, this has been brought up previously in meetings with admin and negotiations and in this setting with you all. In addition to bringing this to the forefront so it remains a priority, I want to point out that people are still being directed to the district's educator's handbook with no disclaimers stating it does not apply to CMI educators. If you go to CMI website, click staff, click forms and documents, this leads you out of CMI's website and goes to the district's website for documents and forms. You will then see a tab that's labeled Educator's Handbook in the district's website. This could and has created confusion for current members as well as potential educators seeking this type of information. I wanted to share this information in case the time comes in which I need to be part of a conversation requiring clarification that this document does not cover educators of CMI. I do look forward to working with those who oversee the process in the creation of one that is unique for and represents what CMI TA educators are responsible for. Moving on to negotiations. Negotiations continued until the clock ran out. We ran out of time, patience, and mental energy on both sides. The process has been very time-consuming, to say the least. We started out behind by not being able to calendar dates until January. Even though we submitted our sunshine articles in November 1, they were not presented to board until December meeting. I know I am repeating a concern that had been previously voiced to you all. My hope is that this stumbling block will be remembered and the hurdles it caused will not repeat itself. With many articles already being TA'd, much ground has been gained. We are down to pay, stipends, and leaves. My unit as a whole is very aware of the budget restraints. Being in a realistic frame of mind, we know we needed to be specific and strategic as to what points we are going to dig in our heels. At the end of the last meeting on January 3rd, we had to push, excuse me, we had to push away from the table and say, we will see you in August, with no final decision and no vote. Why did this take place? Stipends and pay aside, we need industrial accident leave. Currently, our members must use their own sick time if injured on campus by any type of industrial accident, unless we are put on 14 consecutive days of disability. In multiple days of long and tedious discussions dating back to April, we were told the following when given counter-arguments of no. The charter does not wish to take on any additional financial commitment for next year. Another quote, the Board of Trustees has not authorized this. Your members have sick time they can use if hurt. As of June 3rd, we would have to cost out what you are asking for. This was said even though we requested multiple times for that to be done before other meetings. When asked what our current workers' compensation costs the charter, we were told that it is 3.5% for all members throughout the district, including the charter employees. That being said, I want to pose the question to you. If it is the same cost, why is our coverage different? To this, there was no answer other than we can't. When it was brought up, our principal is a district employee, therefore he is covered with a very nice level of time if injured on the job, when none of his employees are. Even Ms. Escobar was unaware of the fact until I informed her on May 31st during a phone conversation. She had assumed that Dr. Milos was an employee of the charter. As surprised as she was about that fact, I was surprised at the mention of impasse when we had not exhausted all other conversations yet. The fact that all other employees, including our own principal, has adequate industrial accident leave and CMITA members are another demonstration, or that CMITA members do not, are another demonstration of how we are treated with different applications of the same standards by the charter. This transfers over to our admin, treating particular certificated members as worthy of better than other members, causing the environment of inequality to be viewed as the standard, not the exception. This Board of Trustees has seen that inequality before. Just 1 year ago, when you stood the ground with us and allowed us to gain binding arbitration and permanent employee status to demonstrate to CMITA members that equal is equal when applied to all. Our members found value in this progress, and we embrace and celebrate this progress still. Now we are asking that our physical and emotional safety is also valued. As we anticipate returning to the negotiating table in August, I hope the charter finds ways to work with us to close these gaps versus simply saying no, especially when it comes to safety of our employees. We know our school cannot be rebuilt from the ground up, like the other school properties overseen by this board. In addition, I am sure our admin, our cabinet, our superintendent, nor our trustees, believe in safe working environment for all employees. Please support ideas and plans to move forward for the good of our students and the good of our school and employees. Thank you.
Item 8.4, Principals Update.
Dr. Milosavljevic didn't realize he had to do a presentation, so he's not prepared this evening.
All right,
He'll
thank
be
you.
back in August. Same
Okay.
bat time, same bat station.
Thank you. Item 9.1, Invitation to address the Board of Trustees on non-agendized items.
No takers.
Thank you. Item 10.1, Consent Calendar. Approval of consent calendar items. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? See none, please vote. Item 10.1 passes 5-0. Item 11.1, Discipline May 2024 Monthly Suspension Report. Action items. 12.1, Personnel, Certificated Personnel Action Items. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? See none, please vote. Item 12.1 is a 5-0 vote. Item 12.2, Personnel Memorandum of Understanding between the California Military Institute and the California School Employees Association and its chapter number 778 regarding options of health and welfare benefit plans. Do I have a motion? Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion? See no discussion, please vote. Item 12.2 is a 5-0 vote. Item 12.3, Curriculum, Local Control Accountability Plan and Annual Update for the California Military Institute for 2024-25. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you. And the second was Mr. Campos? Any discussion? See none, please vote. Item 12.3 passes 5-0. Item 12.4, Business Adoption of the 2024-25 California Military Institute Budget. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All right. Any discussion? See none, please vote. Item 12.4 is a 5-0 vote. Informational items. 13.1, Curriculum, Revised Middle School English Language Art Course, Language Arts 8. 13.2, Curriculum, Revised VAPA Courses, Art 1 and Art 2. 13.3, Curriculum, New Dual Enrollment Social Science Course, Human Development, Psych 103 DE. 13.4, Curriculum, New Math Course, Mathematical Reasoning with Connections. Item 14.1, Other items by the superintendent.
Just one, I want to congratulate Dr. Milosavljevic on a really nice graduation ceremony last week. Kids did a great job, staff did a great job, so we appreciate that, and congratulations on another year.
Thank you. Item 15.1, Other items by the Board of Trustees. Mr. Nelson.
Thank you, Mr. President. I was unavailable to go to your graduation, so I am sorry I missed it, but I hear it was really good. I would like to say thank you for a great year, and all your teachers, all your employees. Hope they all have a great summer and come back refreshed in August. Thank you.
Trustee Vallejo.
I'm actually going to agree what our board president said a few months ago. CMI has one of the best bands out there, an amazing band. I'm very impressed. I appreciate the band instructor because they sing or they played amazing. I felt like I was in an orchestra just act, so I'm very happy. I also want to congratulate on a great year too. CMI is always amazing. Every time I visit, you guys are all very accommodating, very helpful. So I really appreciate all the staff and students. Thank you.
Thank you. Trustee Stafford. Trustee Stafford. Trustee Campos.
Well, yeah, so this was obviously, I got to see the year completely this year. Last time I was elected mid-year, so it was a great year. I thought I've seen a lot of growth. Now hearing from Angel about the graduation of 19, the graduation was awesome, and I'd like to kind of piggyback on the band. The band's awesome. I mean, and I don't know if I should say this, but I think they are the best out of all the sites. So that's definitely props to you and your staff. Just congratulate all your staff. It was a wonderful graduation. I think everything went smoothly. Some of the student speeches that gave their testimonies as to their experience was awesome. So thank you for that. And I know you weren't able to be there, Angel, but we knew your spirit was there. We knew that you were handling some important business lobbying on behalf of public education. So that's great to hear and to know. I'm just looking forward to another good year next year. Hopefully you'll get a recharge. All of you guys will get a recharge. Thank your staff for all that they do. I think it was a wonderful close with the end of the graduation. So thank you guys for all your hard work. It definitely paid off.
Trustee Stafford.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Congratulations to all the students and great job to the staff and administration. Just another great year for CMI, and we look forward to the next one. So have a great summer, and we'll see you at the beginning of next school year.
Thank you, Trustee Stafford. Can you mute it, please? Perfect. All right, and myself, I want to thank all the graduates. When you get elected to be a school board member, it's pretty gnarly. You have all these once-in-a-lifetime opportunities to experience new things. And I think the biggest thing for me is being on that stage, shaking the hand, looking at the kids in their eyes, and they're like, what do I do? What do I do? They're freaking out because all these emotions are going through their head. They're worried about tripping. Is their cap and gown on together? Is their sashes lined up? But I think when you shake their hand, it just hits them like, oh my gosh, I'm graduating. And then this excitement falls on them, and then they're racing down to do their thing and show their family, I did it. So, I'm very jealous because I didn't get that opportunity growing up myself. It was taken from me, but I'm excited to be a school board member and share that experience with all of our students. And I want to say thank you all, and I'll see you all next year as well. So thank you. And that'll be for 15.1. Moving on to item 16.1, adjournment. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Do I have any discussion? See none, please vote. Item 16.1 passes 5-0, and we will be adjourned from the regular board meeting of California Military Institute for June 12, 2024 at 5:30 p.m.